In 1922, many of the victors of World War One, this being the United States, United Kingdom, France, Italy, and Japan, signed the Washington Naval Treaty in order to prevent another arms race of naval buildup that led up to World War One. This treaty limited the total tonnage and amount of capital ships and aircraft carriers each nation was allowed to build and retain. This varied nation to nation. Cruisers, destroyers, and submarines were not as heavily regulated in terms of numbers, although a maximum tonnage of 10,000 tons was placed per individual ship, and cruiser guns were limited to 8 inches in caliber. So, as you'd expect, everyone followed these rules to a T. There was no cheating, there was no looking for loopholes, no skirting around, no going behind each other's backs, and there was peace on the seas, and we lived happily ever after, forever and always. The end. So, the French, along with the British, but we're going to ignore them for today, did the most reasonable thing and looked for loopholes and decided to make a class of 3 submarines that were almost 3,000 tons in standard displacement with massive 8-inch guns on this submarine. This being the Surcouf class of submarine cruisers. Being massive submarines, basically a cruiser that can go under the water, submarine cruiser. However, things were not meant to be for the French, with only the name ship being completed by the time the London Naval Treaty rolled around to spoil their fun. The French, along with everyone else, was heavily restricted, with their submarines being limited to 2,000 tons. However, each major power was allowed to have up to 3 submarines of up to 2.8 thousand tons, with the exception of France, willing out to keep one, that being Surcouf. In addition, the caliber of gun was also limited on submarines to 6.1 inches, with the exception of Surcouf, who got to keep her 8-inch guns. So, this is how the French, trying to cheat the system and look for loopholes, created the thickest submarine in Azur Lane.